So this Textrp will be able to interact with other social media apps to pull all those messages into one.
Yes, and it currently
Oh my
does.
goodness.
And it currently does. Like right now, I can. In fact, I was just having a chat with someone on Textrp, and I realized after a while, I'm like, oh, this guy's actually on Discord. I'm DMing him on Discord, but I'm actually on Textrp.
Oh my goodness.
And every now and then, I think
that's amazing, bro.
well, sometimes I think it's too good to be true.
We on location. I remember way back. You ain't have no swag. You did a little research. Now you got a moon bag. Now you got a new walk. Now you got new swag. You did a little research. Now you got a moon bag.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest on the show today. This is Will, who is the CXO of Xurge Digital Lab LLC and the creator of Textrp. Will, thank you so much for coming to the show. I cannot wait to hear what you got cooking.
Thanks, Eagle. I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to discuss Textrp and real utility for the blockchain.
Absolutely. So, okay, so for the first question, can you explain what Textrp is in simple terms so the newest newbie could understand what it is?
Sure. So Textrp is, let's talk about for the newbie who just has no idea about crypto at all, right? So Textrp is unified messaging. And I'll start with this. How many messaging apps do you have on your phone right now? Is it more than 5?
It's probably about eight on there.
Yeah, I mean, I can keep going, man.
And then I'm using 2 phones.
Every way that you can receive or send a message to someone.
Yeah.
Whether it's a private messaging app or even a social media platform that, we get the DMs, right? One thing I've been suffering with, I guess since early 20s, was a little bit of app overload. Meaning that, okay, I talk with my grandma on Facebook. I talk with my aunt who's in Puerto Rico with WhatsApp. I talk with some friends on text, but I also have, ever since Discord, now we're using we got Discord. I mean, not ever since crypto, I should say. You got Discord, you got Telegram, you got now I work with people from Korea, and they use an app that's from Korea there. So my phone is just packed with messaging apps, and oftentimes I'll miss a message. For example, LinkedIn. If I'm looking for a job, but who goes to LinkedIn all the time, right? But they have a messaging feature there, right? You can miss out on an opportunity there. I'll give you a real life personal example. My grandmother, going back to that, she actually uses Facebook and she loves it, right? But I don't personally use it a whole lot, so I don't check it that often. And I when I did log in, it turns out that she had sent me a really cool message, very heartfelt, very sweet message, but it had been like weeks that she had sent it. So, kind of makes me feel bad that I couldn't respond.
You realized it late.
Timely. Yeah.
Okay.
And so missed opportunities like that, and also the frustration of having all these different apps on your phone. That's kind of what led to Textrp. Textrp is unified messaging, meaning that you can put all those messages into one inbox where you can just manage all your messages in one place, right? So it kind of eliminates the need to have all these apps, right? So that was the very first case. And then me being involved in the crypto space, it got me thinking that this is a very cool thing, when it comes to interoperability. And the fact that I'm personally, a big fan of the XRP ledger,
right?
And it's well known for its interoperability.
So, real quick, sorry to cut you off, but so this Textrp will be able to interact with other social media apps to pull all those messages into one.
Yes, and it currently does.
Oh my goodness!
And it currently does. Like right now, in fact, I was just having a chat with someone on Textrp, and I realized after a while, I'm like, oh, this guy's actually on Discord. I'm DMing him on Discord, but I'm actually on Textrp.
Oh my goodness!
And every now and then I think
that's amazing, bro.
Well, sometimes I think it's too good to be true, so I opened up Discord, and I hate having it open because it's so annoying with all the notifications.
Yes.
Right? So I opened it up, and I'm like, just to be sure, I'm like, yeah, all my messages are syncing up, everything's great. So yeah, we figure out a bridge for that.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing goes for Twitter or X. I'm so glad I didn't roll out this feature.
It is on
until after the change, because you know, we can talk NFTs after that because it kind of ties into that.
Right.
But yeah, we do also your X DMs. So DMs on X, you can bridge them over to Textrp, and those are the two that are live right now. So now Textrp allows for in-app chat. So it's not just about bridging in your personal messages from other platforms. There's also messaging within the platform, and this is where the blockchain comes in, because you use your XRP address as your login, so it's your identity. So your address is your identity when you log in. We don't need your name, we don't need your email address, we don't need your credit card information.
This is why I love
any of that,
so
all that personal information. Yeah, it's just, we don't need it. We don't want it. Personally, I don't want it. Right. So that's one of the great things about Web3. The login experience is actually quite seamless. You ever logged into anything new lately? You know, it's like 4 or 5 steps. Yeah. You know, you got to go in there, put your email. It starts with giving your personal information, number one. Right. You know, it's like you're either giving your email or your phone number or something, and then they're going to get back to you. They're going to click through, give them a little confirmation code, then set your password. You know, it just takes 4 or 5 steps. Right. With Textrp, you connect your wallet, you sign your wallet, and you're in. That's it. Whether it's the first time ever or the 50,000th time, right? It's just you connect your wallet, and that's your identity in that system. So, so you have the ability to organize all your messages into one place, plus wallet to wallet chat, right? And so that enables a lot of really cool features like in-chat payments.
Oh wow!
So yeah, so within the app, and again, it's live now, so people can use it. They can visit txt.texrp.io. We have some links there that take you through to the app, to the beta app, and also more information on our token and our NFTs. So they can learn more by going onto that site. Nice. But yeah, so it's a whole experience where, you know, if you think about utility, utility isn't always, you know, the sexiest thing. Right. It's sometimes it's just something you do always, right? And sometimes we kind of what's the term? There's a phrase, we forget the forest for the trees, right?
Full disclosure, I'm a utility whore.
Yeah. When
I see a project that like has real utility, regardless of how boring it is, oh man, I love that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because you got to see the end goal. You know what I mean?
There's one utility that a lot of people kind of overlook, which is a utility that everybody and their grandmother uses, and that's messaging. Yeah. And so we tap into that, and we have a tokenization mechanics, otherwise known as tokenomics. Yeah. That basically capture the engagement value within the app, and then uses it to reward users within the app with the TXT token.
When you say capture the engagement to produce rewards, how is that doing that within the app?
It serves as a nexus. Okay, so it kind of goes to a little bit of physics. There's a formula for impulse in physics, which is basically velocity times time, or something like that. Yeah. If you take that abstractly into just the human impulse, right? It's the anytime you engage with someone, or that's an energy that you are sending out there. Okay. Right? That is an energy.
And that energy produces rewards.
Right. And let's talk about Web 2. Let's talk about big tech. How do they harness that energy? Right. So the way they harness that energy is they take your data, right? Your personal information, your data, they send it off to the brokers or use it to kind of redirect advertisement your way. Right. That's how they capture that energy. The way Textrp captures that energy is we don't sell the data to brokers because number one, we use end-to-end encryption. So even if I wanted to, there's no way I could read, encrypted messages, right? It's end-to-end encrypted. So we use a matrix protocol, which is a very secure protocol. It's open source. It's used by the German government. It's used.
You're talking about Matrix AI?
It's not Matrix AI. But the term matrix gets used in different industries a lot. So,
because there's a matrix AI blockchain.
Yeah, I'm familiar with it, but it's not that. It's a communications protocol.
Okay, cool.
So what we do in contrast to what big tech does, what Textrp does is we take that same energy and rather than gleaning your personal data and attaching it to your social cloud or what they call your social profile on Meta. What we end up doing is we take that and we tokenize it by leveraging the XRP ledger, right? And we then take it and are able to use it to reward the users because they're the ones who are on the platform, right? And then we don't just use this token as a here you go, here's a bunch of tokens, now figure out what to do with it, because we're really focused on utility. So we actually rolled out the first utility over the weekend, and that first utility is that you can use the TXT token that we are starting to airdrop in phases that we started last week. You can use the TXT token right now on the app to purchase M credits. And M credits are the units of interaction that we use within the app, right? So basically, as you send messages or engage in voice conversations or teleconferences or video calls or engage with various widgets within the app, you consume those M credits, right? And you can purchase those M credits either with XRP or you can use the TXT token. And if you use the TXT token, you actually get 10% more credits than if you use XRP. Okay. All right. Now I see. And that's just the beginning, Eagle. That's just the beginning because we have so much utility that's just over the horizon. In fact, much sooner because they're over the horizon, but they're arriving in speedboats. So yes, we recently teamed up with Airdrop Gaming. All right, which is they have a gaming suite. All right, they rolled out their first game. It's called Airdrop Hero. If you're familiar or loved either back in the day or you do now, games like Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat. Right? Oh my God, yeah. This game is just like that. It's an action fighting game. And as you play it, you earn the TXT token. Which you can use on Textrp. This is about to go crazy, huh? Yeah, this is amazing. We got great engagement when we rolled out the. I noticed right away. I noticed right away, bro. This is awesome, bro. yeah, it's great. Awesome stuff. So yeah, I invite people if you want to play a game and earn some TXT token. It's a really cool game. It's called Airdrop Hero, and you can go download it. It's good on the iPhone and on iPad and on Android. Wow. I downloaded it the other day and I was playing it. I'm not normally a gamer, but it had me going there for a little while. Yeah. I was like, wait a minute, I gotta get back to work. Right. It's a really cool game. It took me back because I think the last game I used to really be into was Mortal Kombat. Yeah. I used to love Mortal Kombat. Sub-Zero was my favorite. Back a little bit, and you can earn some TXT. While you're there. So that's really cool. I think that's awesome, man. Because I could have my son playing it, man. Yeah. There you go. Here, go mine some TXT. He doesn't know what to do with it, but you do. Yeah. That's awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah. So that went live this week. So and we got more coming. So say someone's playing the what's the name of the game again? It's called Airdrop Hero from airdropgaming.win. Okay, so if you're playing someone on that game,
are you able to interact with, say, an opponent with voice and text on the game?
Well, yeah. Currently, it's a one player game. You know,
Okay.
we're kind of playing levels,
Yeah.
right? But this company actually has more games coming up
Mhm.
that are going to be multiplayer or
There it
PvP,
is. Yeah.
right? And you know, and I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna say that they're good. I'm not going to say that they're the ones doing it, but with Textrp,
Mhm.
all right, gaming companies such as those can actually leverage our platform because we have what's known as widgets, right? And widgets are like mini apps that sit in the chat environment, right? So we have communities onboarding right now using these widgets. For example, there's one community of meme coin called Fin Token, right?
Uh-huh.
And this community, they set up. I went and visited them on Textrp,
Right.
and they set up widgets where one of them is their ticker on X Magnetic, right? So they embedded their X Magnetic ticker symbol.
Yeah.
Because you know, here's one thing that's going on is imposter coins with this explosion in meme coins.
Yeah.
Right?
Everywhere.
You got this problem. Yeah. So you got a lot of imposter coins out there, and it's like you got to take measures to make sure that people are setting the trust lines on the right
one,
right?
Yeah.
So this is one way in which Finn just figured out how they can sort of keep that that line going on the proper trust line is they set up a community on Textrp, and then they have the official ticker embedded in the chat where people can go there from their official community, right? Yeah. And then they also embedded next to it a YouTube video, which is like a demo video, sort of like demonstrating on how to use Textrp. They just pulled it off of YouTube, so it allows you to sort of put together a community space that has like the information you want, but it's not just embedding websites; it also embeds games and DeFi tools. So when it comes to like saying back to the example of games, you can have a game set up that you can pull up as a widget and knows how many players are in the room, right? And can adjust itself accordingly.
Yeah.
When you pull it up, your wallet address is your user ID. So it knows your wallet address. The payouts are more instant. The login is more instant, right? So it provides that more seamless experience. And
that's beautiful, man.
That's what we're working towards. We already have a couple widgets live and active. So people can use the app right now. All they need is their Zaman wallet. And in the future, we're going to be incorporating other wallets, and we even have a few schemes coming up where we're going to be able to allow people who don't even know crypto or ever been in crypto to be able to secure a wallet, procure a wallet, and then come back to Textrp and engage with people in that platform.
Right. That's awesome, man. So say, do users need to have any prior knowledge of blockchain or cryptocurrency to even start using Textrp?
Not necessarily, but they do need some kind of basic understanding of the XRP ledger.
Like at least the wallet, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly.
To get started.
If you're on the XRP ledger and are part of the space and of the community and become involved, like say on X, you'll come to learn that the main wallet that gets used to interact with other applications on a Web3 level is usually the Zaman wallet.
Yeah.
There are other wallets out there like the Gem wallet, and I got Crossmark wallet t-shirt here as well.
Yeah.
So there are some other wallets which are sort of like MetaMask, which they're like extensions that sit on your browser that you can just log in and use that as your wallet. So it does come to kind of just education out there, general education, explaining to new people, how wallets interact with Web3 applications.
Yeah.
So, the first hurdle I would say is, having a wallet. So they would need to have a wallet, and preferably to use Textrp, it would be the Zaman wallet, right? And that's from XRPL Labs.
Awesome.
So that's the first hurdle. After that, once you connect, one of the coolest things about utility is that you really want to do something that most people are familiar with, right? And so most people are familiar with the general chat environment.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we can, you know, sort of talk about how we can gain more adoption. Is like, okay, well, you know, generally speaking, in a chat environment, you know that if you want to send a message, it's somewhere down at the bottom, right? You know that somewhere off on the left, there's, you know, channels or something, and there at the top, there's some options. Right? So generally speaking, this is something that most people are generally aware of, right? Rather than some DeFi platform where it's got, you know, APY 300%, and it's like, you know, yield, and you're like, what is this? I don't know, right? So that's why I don't even approach DeFi in that sense. That's why I like to do what I'm familiar with, and that's chat, right?
Can you describe how the security and privacy are managed on Textrp? I know you had said something about it being military grade.
Okay, sure. Well, let's start with identity.
Right.
All right. With Textrp, your username, or I should say your user ID, mm-hmm. is the wallet address that you choose to log in with. All right. That should be more precise mm-hmm. statement, right? That right there is the very first point of privacy, right? Because it's complete anonymity, all right? Mm-hmm. Once you connect your wallet the first time, the first thing you do is you select a display name. That's your second point, right? You can be mm-hmm. as anonymous or as pseudonymous or even as completely doxed as you wish to be. Right. Just from your display name, right? But if you choose to be completely anonymous, that's on you, okay? Yeah. So that's the first step, is that you have that level of anonymity mm-hmm. that is brought to you by the XRP ledger, right? That's mm-hmm. that's what we leverage.
This is why we love the XRP ledger so much, man. Stuff like that.
Well, it's basically what I prefer, but it's not to say that Textrp cannot or will not run on other blockchains. Right. In fact, we do have longer term plans, because what the technology that we've developed can be applied to other blockchains. And then once we do, actually, we're going to go off on a tangent here, but that's called federation.
That opens
and what it means is that, like, say, I don't know, pick another blockchain for me.
Solana.
All right. Well, let's say we instantiate a version of Textrp on Solana, right? Mm-hmm. If we do so, then what we end up doing is we enable an XRP wallet to chat with a Solana wallet, and then through widgets, and preferably and likely third parties, like they can pull up like bridge widgets.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
So yeah, all that is possible with Textrp. Now we're at this point right now where basically, I don't know if you were around or were aware of when the iPhone first came out around 2007 thereabouts.
Yeah.
So when it first came out, it didn't really do much, right? There was no app store, no video, and about the coolest thing was that it had a ruler and a compass.
Right.
And that's about it, right? It was the coolest thing.
Isn't that nuts?
But yet, look
how
where it
far.
is now. It's gone a long way from that first version, right? And so, in this space, you got to get to market right away. So I can't wait to have Textrp to be completely perfect, right? Because it's such a big, open platform.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it's big, but it's the possibilities of what can be built.
Yeah.
Are just endless. Because it's such an open platform to build upon.
Right.
And so my approach is get to market, right? And so we launched, the beta last year, and we sort of finalized kind of where I'm really comfortable with moving to the next step, which was launching the token. Because here's a very important thing, Eagle. A lot of tokens that go out there and launch, but they have nothing to show for it when they start. It's called vaporware.
Yeah.
Right. So what do? They launch a token and they say, I promise you that if you give me your money, what's going to happen? I'm going to build you this. I'm going to build you that. I'm going to build you the other, right? So I've been around in crypto since 2017. And I can tell you that 99.9% of those projects do not materialize. They just don't.
They just don't.
They just either string you along or they rug you. All right. So with Textrp,
and this is why and that's the exact reason why earlier I said that I'm a utility whore, because of things just like that.
Yeah. And I'm not going to say that this is going to, really take off. I'm doing my best to, get this project going. But for the past, 3 years, I've been very hard at work with this project. And you see the utility like right away with this project, though. Yeah, people are seeing it right now. People are using Textrp right now for communities, for business meetings, for sending payments.
I think it's like awesome for like business meetings. I was just talking to one of my partners in blockchain about this, that about Textrp. We'll be able to have, secret private conferences or meetings that we just want amongst ourselves right there. I mean, it's beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah.
And not just that, you can also pull up a widget that's a whiteboard, and you can all collaborate right there in real time and in sync.
Look at that.
And I've done it. I've done it with my team. We had a team. We had a team building section the other day. We did what's called a word association, right? And we had the Textrp logo, and we went around. Everybody just inserted words around that whiteboard, and so things like that can take place within Textrp right now, right? It's not something that I can promise you will happen next year, right? Oh, just check our roadmap. No, our roadmap is.
It's formulating. It's just coming out.
Look back to see what's been happening.
Yeah.
There's a lot that's been going on. So I think, if I were a third party, I would say that this is a gem. But of course, this is just me speaking, and of course, this can be biased.
Right.
But we did launch an airdrop last week, right, for those who hold our launch pack NFTs, and that went very well. And we have a smaller yet very important airdrop coming up, and that's going to come up at the beginning of February. So if anyone's interested in getting a little bit of TXT, there's two ways right now. One is to go and go to airdropgaming.win, and you can play to earn TXT. That's a pretty fun way to do it.
Yeah, that's good.
The other way, the other way is it's on the DEX. If you can't wait, you can go to the DEX and get it. But
which DEX is it available on?
Well, it's on the XRP ledger, and the XRP ledger has its own built-in DEX at its core, right? So almost any DEX that is XRPL DEX that you go see out there is just an interface to the blockchain. Right? But there are some really good ones out there. I would suggest XP Market is a good one. And also X Magnetic is also a pretty good one. Yeah.
Nice, man.
But yeah, so those are two pretty good ones for that. But if you want to participate in the airdrop, you have until the 31st of the 31st of January, which is, just in a few days, in about 4 days. All you need to do is set a trust line. So you can go to txt.textrp.io. I have a link there that says set trust line. And if you have your Zaman wallet installed, it'll open it up and you sign the transaction, and you set the trust line for the token.
That's awesome. So we got about, my bad, not to cut you off, but we got about.
But that's all you got to do, really. It's just set a trust line and log into Textrp.
Okay, cool. We got about before it cuts off. We got about 2 minutes. We can continue this and have a part 2 as well. But before we go, if you want to just let people know where they can find out more about Textrp and get involved and just, be a part of the community.
Yeah, we are on X. But if you like to go on deep dives and have all the links available that you need, just go to txt.textrp.io. And from there, you can log into the app. You can set a trust line. You can read the white paper. You can follow through to other links to our social media. We have links to our NFTs, which are Opulence X NFT Marketplace and XMart. And we have links to our Launchpad guide, which walks you through how our NFTs function.
Okay. You said those NFTs are listed where? On Xmart?
You can find them on the Opulence X NFT marketplace.
Okay.
And Xmart. I believe it's xmart.art.
Okay. Xmart.
And they're called Textrp launch packs.
Okay.
But yeah, you can click through on our site, txt.textrp.io, and you'll have all the links that you need there.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you so much. We're gonna have to have you back on the show again because there's obviously so much more to talk about. So
absolutely, we can do demos and whatnot.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much, and greatly appreciate you coming to visit.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you.
Cause it's the standard in this bitch. XRP. I went to YouTube University, and now they mocking me with no degree. We saying by the swift, keep it walking. Respect your elders in these bushes. Bitcoin is talking.
You don't have to be rich to be taking advantage of this. This was the beginning of the greatest transformation of wealth the world has ever fucking seen since World War II.
Blockchain. We talking about an intellectual choo-choo train. It's DLT up in these streets, man. That's why we rip all on that blockchain. We saying by the swift, keep it walking. Respect your elders in these bushes. Bitcoin is talking.